I'm going to present a research paper titled "The Role of Social Incubation in Nurturing Youth as Social Entrepreneurs for Community Development." And it is a conceptual paper, and the evidences from Wilgrow has incorporated. And this paper has written with co-authorship of Dr. Sharmishta Bhattacharjee, Head and Associate Professor, Department of Sociology, RGNIYD. And this is the presentation flow, and these are the contents I'm going to explain in the further slides. So yeah, so introduction. So in developing countries like India, the social problems are continuously in existence, and these social problems requires the social entrepreneurial solutions for the sustainable community development. Because the social entrepreneurial solutions, it has the inbuilt aim in social entrepreneurial means like solving the social problems, and these social entrepreneurial solutions are mission driven. So the social entrepreneurs can solve the social problems in sustainable way by implementing the impact oriented ideas, because the social entrepreneurial solutions are mission driven. At the same time, the solving social problem and creating the social impact is the major priority given, not profit maximization. And at the same time, when it comes to the in the context of community development, the community development seeks to solve the social problems. Then only we can something in the areas of community development, we can whenever we provide the innovative solutions, then only we can achieve the community development by solving the social problems with social innovations. And in the context of youth, I'm linking youth as a social entrepreneurs. The youth has the strong potential to become the social entrepreneurs in order to address the social problems. And it doesn't mean that if we are having the good innovative ideas, we can become the easily social entrepreneurs. Because the social entrepreneur, the becoming as a social entrepreneur, that path is very much challenging, and it needs the supportive ecosystem. And at the same time, the nurturing towards the social entrepreneurs to the youth, it actually requires the one supportive ecosystem, which can be the social incubation. Because if we go to the Center for Social Innovation, even at IIT Madras, at four walls we are having the lot of innovations there, but how many innovations are they are literally bringing to the market, and which are actually serving to the grassroots level at the rural communities. So that matters a lot. For that, to nurture youth as a social entrepreneurs, we need a supportive ecosystem that can be a social incubation. The concept of social incubation is becoming widespread, and the social entrepreneurship ecosystems are strengthening in India. And from the year 2000, so in India, we are actually seeing the technological revolutions. And at that moment, to bring the technological innovations, technology business incubators are evolved. At the same time, currently, the social entrepreneurship ecosystems also strengthening in India to support social entrepreneurial ecosystem. The social incubation also becoming the widespread. At the same time, the social incubation can be defined as an approach for supporting the early stage social enterprises by providing the required support in terms of effective monitoring, mentoring, and networking, coaching, providing co-working space, access to impact investors. So these are the some of the set of facilities which are having in the social incubation in the process of means supporting the aspiring social entrepreneur. So this approach, what happens? Okay, so when we actually any aspiring entrepreneur, when they took the services of social incubation, how it actually benefits him. So in this context, this approach turns the ideas into action by minimizing the risk of failure, and also it ensures the process of nurturing youth as a social entrepreneurs in effective manner. Yes, so these are the services, set of services which benefits the aspiring social entrepreneur to work on the ideas with the lean startup methods, so that the cost also will comes down, and at the same time it minimizes the risk of failure. So what exactly in the social incubation it actually facilitates? So here I am actually going through the conceptual model. How this, what is the exactly role of social incubation in transforming youth as a social entrepreneur? So here I am actually giving one example of Saloni Malhotra. Saloni Malhotra is a very young, and she was very young. Like this, one of the conferences when she was young, she was attending. Some speaker told that why can't we connect the technology, entrepreneurship, and creating impact at grassroots level, rural level. So how we connected these dots? So these dots came to her mind, and that became one idea in Saloni Malhotra. And immediately, Saloni Malhotra has approached the social incubator Will Grow. So how this Will Grow is played a major role in transforming Saloni Malhotra as a social entrepreneur by establishing her social enterprise Desi Crew, and how this actually led to the community development. So this is what this conceptual model talks about. And at the context of a community development, her idea that Desi Crew actually resulted into creating the and actually to work on the rural migration. So she created a rural BPO, which rural people, they can being in their own place, they can work, and there is a actually tremendous impact in minimizing the urban migration. So this is what the conceptual model, the role of a social incubation in nurturing youth as a social entrepreneurs, and how it leads to the community development. So the so in the concept of in this concept model, so what exactly this social incubation has given benefit to the Saloni Malhotra, which is because of that she became the social entrepreneur, and which is led to the community development, that I am going to talk about here with the reference of array of social incubation services. So this social incubation actually provides the when somebody is having, if somebody is aspiring social entrepreneur is there, and if they are actually at the idea stage, same Saloni Malhotra also having only the dots, how technology and entrepreneurship and rural communities, these are the only dots that she is having at the idea stage. The proper exact effective mentoring, at the same time, these are the set of services which actually benefits the social entrepreneur in the process of in their journey of becoming social entrepreneur. So the mentoring and the effective mentoring and the coaching, and at the same time co-working spaces. Nowadays the social incubators are also providing the co-working spaces in order to cut down the cost, so that they don't need to put much investments on office space and all. So big incubators, social incubators, they are already providing. One of the example is Balavikasa International Center in Hyderabad. At the same time, the investment, whenever we are having in the process of executing the idea, from the idea to turn into the action, so we need investment. So especially the social incubators, they will facilitate the access to impact investors. The impact investors are, they are very keen into investing into the social enterprises. At the same time, whenever we are having idea which is actually tech related, so definitely we need some kind of testing and laboratory facilities in order to test the idea. So social incubation also facilitates the infrastructure and technological facilities. At the same time, networking. In the process of becoming the entrepreneur, the networking is more important in order to access the investments, to get the right people on board. So especially in the context of this area of social incubation services provides, and these things nurtures the youth to become the social entrepreneurs. This is how the social incubation plays the major role, and which actually leads to the community development. Yeah. So at the on social purposes, social incubators emerge as a specific way of boosting social enterprise improvement and development, of course. And at the same time, the primary agenda of social incubation is to incubate the social enterprise successfully. At the same time, that social enterprise has to work on the at a community level by providing the affordable solutions. At the same time, the primary agenda has to be social mission, then the profit maximization. So that is what here it is mentioning, not only the financial processes, but also in the social mission for sustainable community development. At the current scenario of India represents the great opportunity for youth. Yes, after 2014, there is a lot of buzzword entrepreneurship in India everywhere, and even Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship also established in India, and the strengthening the social entrepreneurial ecosystem is also strengthening. When it comes to the youth has the strong potential to become the social entrepreneurs with the means like they're having the personal traits of the risk taking and innovative abilities. So the scope of social incubation is vast in creating impact on community development, and the major domains includes education, employment, health, livelihoods, agriculture, environment, energy. So these are the primary areas which actually creates the grassroots level impact of the community development. So here I am taking a Vilgro's as a case for the social incubation. The Vilgro is the first social incubator in India, which is located in Chennai, and it was founded by it was founded in 2001 by Paul Basil. So with the mission of create impactful, innovative, and successful social enterprises, and at the same time. The areas of community development of the Vilgro, which is especially focused to education, agriculture, healthcare, and energy. So these are the primary areas for the community development they are working. At the same time, in the process of nurturing youth as a social entrepreneurs, so everybody needs to because everybody has to approach to means like social incubators at one point of the time, and at the same time everybody needs to keep in mind that in the process of nurturing youth as a social entrepreneurs, there are a few things always need to, as a aspiring social entrepreneurs, they need to keep it in mind. That is the idea which is which they are having, which can really create the social impact or not. Because everybody comes up with a commercial idea, they will try to claim it as a mine is a social idea, it is a social business idea. But the solution which is actually having the idea, which is having the business idea, which is having it really inbuilt with social impact or not, and whether it is an innovative solution or not. Because we are having everybody nowadays, every other person is coming up with a solution, whether it is a really innovative or not. At the same time, demonstrated commitment, whether we are in having the only idea or we are at the minimum viable product stage because sometimes a minimum viable product stage actually gives the more commitment that an entrepreneur is working for his really for his goal. At the same time, the business feasibility and the scalability. The business feasibility talks about whether really it is having the scope of feasibility to do the business. At the same time, scalability, whether this can be replicated or not, whether it can be replicated and it can be scalable or not. At the same time, team. Everywhere in social incubators nowadays, whenever the youth is approaching them, they are actually seeing their team, how strong their team is, how good they are in executing their ideas. So at the same time, so these are the particularly areas community development focused by the will grow. So in the context of social incubation portfolio, their portfolio, Willgrow's portfolio, they have actually incubated 15 young people, their ideas incubated in education domain, and 18 social enterprises they have incubated in agriculture domain, and 17 social enterprises in healthcare domain, and 23 in energy domain. So around more than 70 indirect social enterprises they have incubated. At the same time, in the process of supporting to the social enterprises, they have incubated almost 300 social enterprises. So the means they have nurtured more than 300 young people to become the social entrepreneurs. At a conclusion level, so the social incubation is a impact-oriented approach for nurturing youth as a social entrepreneurs in order to achieve the community development by solving these social issues. Yes, the prime agenda of the social incubation is to incubate the social enterprise in order to achieve the social impact at grassroots level. And also the process of social incubation enables the youth to get the effective support in order to establish the social enterprise and create a social impact at community level in a sustainable way. And but in India, as of now in India, as I told, the social incubation is in a growing phase in India. Like will grow, there are around 15 to 20 social incubators are existed and working to nurture the youth as a social entrepreneur. So one among them is Yunus Social YSB Center at Mumbai, Yunus Social Business Center. Mohammed Yunus is the social entrepreneur who got Nobel Peace Prize. He's from Bangladesh, and their center is also in India working as a social incubator to nurture youth as a social entrepreneurs. And Vasundhara Rajan Madam played a crucial role in bringing Muhammad Yunus from Bangladesh to India, especially to RGNIYD. Thank you, ma'am. We were able to see him. And at overall, social incubation is creating the impact effectively in nurturing youth as social entrepreneurs, and it is leading to provide the affordable products and services. So, what exactly here entire scenario is happening at a community level? The people, the rural communities, and the people, if they are getting the affordable products and services. Which actually contributing for the community development. So in this process, the social incubation is directly leading to get the affordable products and services to the rural communities, which is actually contributing for the community development. These are the references and